What's going down? It's your favorite EJ, the Judge, Nduka, and we are here training today. So today I thought about, kind of walking you guys through what are some of the movements, what are some of the exercises that I like to do to remain explosive, to remain mobile, and basically maintain this physique. A lot of the biggest things that people think that comes with being explosive is just living with weights, but lifting heavy weights. Yes, lifting heavy weights will increase your power, but if you don't understand mobility and motion, then it'll be very difficult to properly transition that power from A to B. So I like to go through all my plyometrics, my explosive movements, and add weights to it to continue to generate an enormous amount of power inside the ring. So let's get to it, and it's going down. Let's go. One of the most important things is full range of motion. Woo. Just sitting in there. So when I say full range of motion, I see a lot of athletes working out strictly like bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are trying to create muscle. And sometimes they shorten their range of motion because it's most effective for hypertrophy. But when it comes to athleticism, you want to go through the full range of motion, all the way through. Because you don't want to shorten those muscle heads, because when you shorten them, that's how you tear them, that's how you strain them, and that's what causes injuries. So you want to make sure that you're able to go through full range of motion. So I like to do knee drives. So I get about some sort of flat platform. I plant my foot and I'm driving through my heel. And when I come up, I'm engaging my core and my hip flexors and driving up, generating power, because the power should transition from your heels, through your quads, through your cores, and out the top of your opposite knee. So look, it really, if you're looking at it kinetically, it's like this. Controlled chaos. And that knee drive is really important. like to do these leg raises seated like this to really engage my hip flexors, because the stronger your hip flexors are, the more likely you're not going to get injuries. So it's going to surround all those groin muscles, the insertion points from your quads to your hip, all that. When you strengthen that whole area by strengthening your hip flexors, you eliminate a lot of injuries. So I like to do these at least 2 to 3 times a week. I definitely found by doing these, my explosion has severely gone through the roof. Like, I can't even explain it. I really started doing these as a professional, so in around 2017, and now this is just part of my routine, and you know, I don't get injured at all. I can definitely feel my explosion continue to increase, and it just helps with my hip endurance too. Doing, it really opens up my thoracic chamber, my abs, my hips, my hip flexors. I can even feel it in my obliques. Ugh. So it's like basically a modified version of, I want to say, what's that pose again when the chest is up? Dang, I can't think of it. Well, this is the frog stance, where you can sit in it. And then when you got your chest up, what is it, the seal? Oh yeah, the seal pose. So it's a modified version. The seal pose mixed with a little bit of the frog. So you sit down in there, open up your hips, and you want to be dynamic with it. A lot of people just kind of just sit here. That's fine. Boom, you get a nice deep stretch, but move through that thigh. You know what I'm saying? Your body can do a lot. So you move in there, you kind of sit back in it, drop your shoulders a little bit, and then baya, you're in the seal pose. And now you really sink in. You're on your knees, throwing your hips in that thing, so you sink in there. Moving your ankles side to side so you get different parts of your quads now that insert into your hip. You get a nice deep stretch. Not only is it a stretch, it's great for mobility. Because a lot of people, they sit down all day. And when you sit down all day, those hip flexor muscles, they tighten, they shorten. And that's why when you get up, you feel tight. Your hips feel shortened, they're compacted. You gotta elongate them. You gotta sit in these positions and kind of move around. You know what I'm saying? You can go lateral with it, kind of sit in it this way. You know, you can go back vertical, sit in it, and just move around and get those different positions and stretch that body out. That body tight. Right now you drinking water, are you? You drinking water? That body probably tight. Stretch that thing out so that you can operate at a high level. And again, my last video I talked about the proper importance of hydration. The more hydrated you are too, the more lubricated your muscles are, the more hydrated those muscle bellies are, and everything is feeling good, copacetic. Lower back is key to good explosiveness. Your lower back is very important. Man, you cannot miss with this machine right here. Another thing people don't understand or realize is if your lower back is tight, your hip flexors are going to be tight. Because now your over back is overcompensating. So it's pulling or it's either pushing down. So you want to make sure they're both equally strong. You want strong hip flexors, abductors, strong lower back. All that in conjunction creates an incredibly strong core. And that's what you want. You want a strong core because this is where your power is. This area, from the glutes all the way up. This is where the power comes from.
Yeah, you? Like where you want? I did that in my early 20s. I usually do like 6.
Yes, you too. Take care.
Literally almost going that route. It is the right age for me to go that route.
So let's rewind for a little bit. So we talked about the importance of mobility. We've talked about the importance of motion and full range of motion. When you combine your strength, mobility, and a great full range of motion, that's how you generate safe, explosive power. And when I say safe, I mean not having an imbalance somewhere. So if you have an imbalance, that's what leads to injury a lot of times. So if one muscle part is stronger than another, or maybe your hip flexors can't support the force of your midsection or your quads or glutes or whatever it is, you want to make sure that each body part, each function is equalizes each other, because if one is not evenly yoked, that leads to strain. So know that.
A reminder for you. It's not that. Thanks, hey. What's up, bro? Yeah. Like, hey, bro, you gotta check this. Nice. Where do you leave next week? This whole thing's crazy.
All right, so we've gone through it today. I've given y'all nuggets. I've given y'all keys to be successful, to be more mobile, to focus on your mobility, and to also incorporate strength training and plyometrics. You know, these are probably the top 3 keys in my training. So when you guys go out there and you're training, make sure you're staying hydrated. You're going through full range of motion, using resistance training, and you're working on your mobility. That's all, folks. The judge is out. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, because we're gonna keep coming back with that fire. We out. Peace. Stay blessed.
Unstoppable.
Built for this.
Undeniable.
Built for this.
Unpredictable.
Built for this.
The judge is
God
in
gon' like this.
the building.
Built for this. I'm a different type of breed, yo. They know it's Judge. Dallas, Texas, you know it's 214. Lights, camera, action every time I hit the dough. It hit a little bit different when I'm in my zone. I'm built for this. I'm a different type of breed, yo. They know it's Judge. Dallas, Texas, you know it's 214. Lights, camera, action every time I hit the dough. It hit a little bit different when I'm in my